So Chinx pretty much came out of jail and started Lil Bro and Suspect. Please stop lying in your songs. Okay. Get away with talking too much. Suspect, you've lost. You've lost. And I'm not saying this to take the mick. I'm genuinely saying, Suspect, take the L and move on with your life. Where Suspect is going out sad, man. So for those of you guys that don't know who Suspect is a drill rapper who was sentenced to life in prison over a stabbing. Alex Smith, rest in peace to him. And he left a restaurant near Euston Station. I went to college near Euston. I went to college in King's Cross, so eerie. Tariq Montero, 23, that is Suspect. Well, he's now 24 years old. To keep it brief, after Suspect was involved in something crazy in the UK, he left and fled to Kenya. He was living in Kenya for about a year or two, I'm not 100% sure. And he started blowing up off of music while he was out there. He was releasing music while he was on the run. And the UK government actually didn't really know where he was, but his location ended up getting revealed because of a picture that he posted. Yes, guys, a picture. Somebody saw the picture he posted, they recognized the plug socket or something like that, and they said, oh, that looks like my uncle or auntie's building in Kenya. Bang. Now, this guy had a wife and he had a child out there, you know. He was on the run for a murder. Like, think about them. Like, if you're making your music from out there, make your music, keep low key, you're getting paid good. Stop with the posting. What are you trying to flex while you're in Kenya, bro? You're on the run for a murder. But anyway, they ended up catching him and they ended up extraditing him back to the UK where he was sentenced to life. And rumor has it, I'm not really too read up on this Suspect thing. I didn't really care to read about it. But apparently one of his friends who went to Somalia instead is still hiding out in Somalia and living life. That friend is the smart one because Somalia doesn't have an extradition treaty with the UK. So, you know, but Suspect's life is over. He's currently serving life in prison and he's still talking and he's still releasing music, but he's releasing trash now. If we take a look at his chart history, these two didn't chart. The Plugged In didn't end up charting. The only one of his songs that ended up charting was his feature with Fredo, and it was mainly the sample that made that chart, to be very honest with you. I'll give him credit. His Plugged In was hard. I really enjoyed it. But if we take a look at Suspicious Activity, decent numbers. He's made a good bit of money off of that. But you're sitting in a prison cell for life, my guy. He followed up with Kenny Kruger. The numbers are... that's pretty much nothing. Seeing this now, you'd probably make the same amount of money working a 9 to 5 full-time for a month. Maybe a month and a half, maybe 2 months of working a 9 to 5. You'll make what this album's made. People still listen to his music, but it's just, it's done. He's done. He's finished. This song, Knock Knock, was the last time I ever checked for Suspect's music after Triggs just carried him differently. I never listened what mum said, so I spent all them years on a bunk bed. So how's Suspect going out sad? What's going on with him? Why do I say this? Well, let's give you guys a little history lesson not long ago. Now, I don't know if you guys know Chinx. This was the first ever song that Chinx dropped. Chinx has been pretty consistent with the music recently. And Suspect doesn't like him, to say it nicely. They used to be friends when they were growing up, apparently. When Chinx dropped this song, he just came out of doing a stretch in jail. And Suspect was at the top of the jail scene at this point, and Chinx just came out and just said, yo, this guy's a capper, this guy's this guy's that. You know, Chinx just, you know, Chinx said a lot of things that people didn't know. We don't know if they're true. I don't really care if they're true or not. I'm just giving people a recap of what was said.
You know the same match that I showed Suspect was the same match that... How many times a sus been jail when he came up broke? I bought man clothes and I gave man dough.
So Chinx pretty much came out of jail and started Lil Bro and Suspect. Pretty much just saying, bro, listen, you were Lil Bro. When you came out of jail and you were broke, I was giving you clothes. You know, he's Lil Bro in him. Well, Chinx just Lil Bro'd Suspect again, and Suspect is just proving Chinx right. Even behind bars, while your son and your wife are in Kenya, you're never gonna see your son grow up. He's still talking on social media from jail about this beef, bro. And Chinx Lil Bro'd him again, but this time it was embarrassing because this time everyone could see it. Now shout out to Audio Saviors for, you know, reposting this because I wouldn't have seen this if you didn't. Suspect AGB and Chinx OS exchange a few words on Instagram stories. Chinx, please stop lying in your songs. You have wet nobody from my block. You scored your last point in 2017 and it wasn't even a GM. Please score then jump back in the booth. Loser, you're lying like a Grove you. Okay, okay. Get away with talking too much. You're laughing from a prison cell, my bro, where you're gonna be there for the rest of your life. No, you're not gonna be there for the rest of your life. You know, get off. If Keir Starmer lets this guy out, I'm leaving the UK. I'm sorry. I have no desire to be seen or applauded for my accomplishments in my life by people of minimal importance to my life. I have no desire to be recognized as a real street nigga purely because the streets are a facade. Yes, Chinx. The only things I attained from the streets are misery, trauma, PTSD, and loss of valuable time. Fortunately, in my personal experience, I was also able to obtain valuable skills and knowledge and managed to change my life for the better. Alhamdulillah. However, I am a rare case. Most people I know that walk the same path as me have nothing to show for it but scars and jail stories. I have friends that are in jail for life that are now sharing cells with ops who are also in jail for life. So I advise anyone caught up in the streets to try and work out an exit strategy. And if you need any help, I'm always willing to share my experience. P.S. If you're going to be in the streets, please make some money and invest it correctly. Well said, Chinx. Well said, Chinx. And you know what, Chinx? You did it with elegance. You kept it so real, and you lil bro'd him at the same time. Suspect, you've lost. You've lost. And I'm not saying this to take the mick. I'm genuinely saying, suspect, take the L and move on with your life. From that prison cell, do what you can for your son. Fuck this beef. Fuck all of it. It's done. You've been lifed off. Now from that cell, read. Do what you can for 25 years for your son. If you come out after that sentence and you're able to even do something for your son, it's better than nothing, and they might forgive you. Like, think about the future, my guy. Seriously, focus your energy on something else. Don't focus it on this gang nonsense, because even your ops have realized this is a facade. I am going to leave this. This is doing nothing for me. Chinx is doing the music thing, and I'm sure, because I'm looking at Chinx's numbers with the music, like, yes, doing okay, but I'm sure he's got his hand in other pies, you know, finger in other pies, you know, doing other things. And guys might say, oh, but he's still rapping about this, rapping about that. What you guys need to understand is the problem is not necessarily what you're doing to get money. The problem is the gang violence. It's stupid. If there was no gang violence and everybody was hustling, doing what they needed to do to get money, the streets would not be too bad. Like, apart from the only negative is you're obviously breaking the law. You're gonna have to be watching your back all the time, and on top of that, it's just not something that will keep you fulfilled. It won't fulfill you ever, you know. But a lot of people live in that lifestyle, bro. They're trapping, they're making their money, but they ain't involved in the beef. Most of them are not trying to be involved in no beef. People who are heavily invested into beef, they are the idiots. They're the clowns. They're the ones who get lifed off, and they should be. There are guys from the hood who wake up every day like, how can I hustle? How can I build my line? How can I do this? How can I do that? How can I get better prices? And there are guys in the hood who wake up like, yo, let me get the drop on these man. Where's this man? Where's that? Oh, I need to go get a shank. Oh, who can pattern a whap for me? There's loads of different kind of people in the hood. Anyway, what do you guys think of this? I'm very ill right now. New Year's Eve tomorrow. I feel like this is just a good, nice way to kind of conclude the year, to show you guys that once you're sitting in a prison cell, you've lost already. Once you have to spend 25, 30 years in a prison cell, you've already lost. You've already lost. There's very rarely coming back from this. But suspect, you've clearly got internet access in there. So if you see this, mate, just focus your energy on your son. What you can do for your son, what you can do to better yourself, to do something for your son from that cell, because this beef is not it, man. Not it, mate. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.